What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to, of course, be talking about with you guys. This time I'm actually talking about OKC being interested in Colin Sexton. I don't think I've really ever made an OKC video. Believe it or not, OKC fans who usually watch my videos, you probably know that, but the thing is, I actually kind of have a little rivalry with OKC. I don't really dislike any team in the NBA except OKC, and the reason why I've got like a little bit of a, kind of rivalry with OKC is because a couple of my best mates are actually OKC fans, and because we're kind of both bad, like the Cavs are bad and OKC are bad, we kind of tend to give each other a lot of crap, which just leads to some pretty interesting conversations. But I don't know, just OKC have kind of got an interesting spot in my heart, and they're about to make it even worse and make me dislike them even more, because it is now currently being reported the Oklahoma City Thunder are interested in Colin Sexton and will pursue him in free agency. It is also being said that OKC is intrigued about the pairing of Colin Sexton with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and this is all being reported by Evan DeMarrell of SB Nation. And before the season started, I would have thought, well, no, why would they want Colin Sexton? Because they've got Giddey at point guard and they've got, SGA at shooting guard. Are they just going to move SGA to the small forward? I'm not too sure if they would try that. I'd need to see, some evidence to see if they would try that first. And weird enough, this season, it looks like they have been doing that, like, quite a bit this season. I've seen, like, T.O. Maledon, SGA, and, a couple other, even Trey Mann on the court at the same time. And if not Trey Mann, Josh Giddey, or maybe even Ty Jerome, someone like that. But they've been running like a 3-guard system again, which is kind of what they ran under Billy Donovan a couple years ago, where they had, Chris Paul at point, Dennis Schroeder at shooting guard, and SGA at small forward, and it worked really well and was one of the most fun teams in the NBA to watch, if not the most fun team. I mean, they were crazy fun. They were supposed to be one of the worst teams in the league, and Chris Paul helped them to the playoffs, and they just looked really, really good. And then you kind of, look at it right now, where they're kind of running this kind of, system, like where they'll have, if Lou Dort can't guard the small forward position because he's only, 6'3", and he's going to struggle against people like LeBron or someone like that, then sometimes, they'll run SGA there, and when they've got guards like T.O. Maledon or, Trey Mann on the court, then they'll have SGA kind of run that small forward, and it makes me really think, well, therefore, it does kind of look like that maybe they'll be putting on, trying to get Colin Sexton in free agency, which really hurts my heart, because as a Cavs fan, it was rumored that OKC were the reason the Cavs had to pay $20 million for Jarrett Allen last season. NBA executives believe that Jarrett Allen was worth about $16 million, but then it was reported that OKC were prepared to offer him $20 million a season. Of course, the Cavs just kind of didn't even bother matching that and just said, alright, we'll offer you $20 million by ourselves. So they kind of toyed with the Cavs' plans there, made them overpay a little bit more for Jarrett Allen, which ended up not being a bad thing, because Jarrett Allen is a beast and is probably worth the $20 million a year now, especially if Clint Capella's on about, I think he signed a $24 million per year type deal. I'd say Jarrett Allen this season is on par with Clint Capella, so it is about, pretty even, in my opinion. And then if you look at Colin Sexton, there was so many different rumors on the Colin Sexton case and how that was all kind of handled. Now, some people, there were like big rumors saying that Colin Sexton wanted the max contract. He wanted the max contract, but the Cavaliers wanted to give him around $20 million to $25 million a year. Understandable for a guy that last season did not pass the ball and was pretty, pretty much a hog. That's what I'm trying to say. Colin Sexton was a hog last season, and really showed that, Darius Garland was going to be a better player. But before this season, that was kind of the narrative around Sexton, so no one wanted to give him the max, not even the Cavs. So the Cavaliers kind of looked for a trade for Colin Sexton. They couldn't find a trade for him. Pretty understandable, no team was prepared to give up a couple, 3 or so first round picks for a hog. But then it was rumored that the kind of Colin Sexton camp last second on like one of the last days were like, alright, we'll accept a $20 to $25 million per year deal. And I guess it was just too late because the Cavs didn't get the deal done. But now, at the start of the season, look, I don't want to get my hopes up, but the Cavaliers look really good, and Colin Sexton hasn't been a hog at all this season. Like, his assist numbers are down. They're down to like 2 per game, but some people might be like, oh, that means he's passing the ball less. No. When Colin Sexton, there's a difficult shot there, he hasn't taken it as much as he has, this season as what he did last season. He's been passing it off. The reason his assists are down is because they've got Ricky Rubio and Darius Garland averaging like 8 assists between them. 8 assists per game. Both of them just averaging that in the crazy numbers. But then when we look at Colin Sexton, it's kind of like, well, he's improved so much. It seems like he's finally figured out that he doesn't need to score all the points for the Cavs to win the game. Like last year, he was averaging around 24 points per game. This year in 5 games, he's averaging 20 per game. And it just seems like it's because he's passing the ball off a lot more. His efficiency is also much better with his field goals and 2-point shots. 3-point shots a little bit down at the time of making this video, but it's because he's taking some tough shots here and there from the 3-point line. It will get better during the season. It happened like this last year as well. But it seems like OKC, and they're going to come in, and they've got like $70 million in cap space. Like, and probably some mid-level exceptions here and there as well that we don't know about. This team next year, because the only contractor player I think they have is like SGA, who's like going to be on $29 million. Then they'll have their rookies, this and that. But yeah, they'll have like $70 million in cap space. It will be ridiculous. They're going to offer Sexton the max. That's the reality of things. And if you're a Cavs fan, that really sucks, because it seems like on the last day we could have gotten Colin Sexton for around $25 million a year. But here's the thing. I don't blame the Cavs or Kobe Altman on that, because I wouldn't have extended Sexton for that much. And the reasons why is because I didn't think Sexton was going to change, and I thought he was going to be a hog for the rest of his career. But Sexton does prove that development is key, and that some players can develop and change as people. And if he keeps this up, hopefully he doesn't make me go back on my words, Sexton. If you're listening to this, don't become a hog again. Play like you are right now. You are doing good, son. But that's just kind of the reality of things. There is a chance Sexton turns back into a hog, which means teams will be less lenient to give him that max. But I really doubt it. I hope he keeps going like he is this season. And considering he's got Ricky Rubio coaching him right there, and Ricky Rubio is looking like a most improved candidate, then it's just like, well, yeah, it seems like he'll continue being the player that he's doing so far this season. But here's also the thing that I'm going to look at real quick. OKC, the free agency next year is really not that stacked anymore. If I was OKC, I would be looking to go and get a center. I think that is really the big kind of thing. If I have to offer a max for a center, if I'm OKC, I am doing it. I don't even care. Like, they got to get someone, here and there. In my opinion, I don't even know what centers are available. I'm pretty sure next year's free agency it's pretty guard stacked at the time of making this video. Like, all the best players are guards pretty much. I mean, Thad Young will be available next season, but it's just like, well, I don't even know. DeAndre Ayton's the one. Obviously, if I'm them, DeAndre Ayton just got offered, apparently wasn't offered the max by the Phoenix Suns. They were very hesitant to, of course, sign him. If I'm them, I'm offering him the max, and if the Phoenix Suns say we don't want to give him the max, we are very, sorry, but we're gonna accept his restriction, and we'll do a sign and trade. If I'm OKC, I'm offering up multiple first round picks to get DeAndre Ayton. Look, he hasn't been as good this season, 13 and 11. But last season, he averaged 14.5 and 10.5. He'll get back up to that, and he was an absolute beast in the playoffs. If I'm them, offering him the max, I'm offering Colin Sexton probably the max. I don't even know who else you would go with. Probably just keep it young. But if you can, get Ayton for a couple first-round picks, and I'd do it. I'd probably 3 first-round picks, gets the deal done on a sign and trade. Colin Sexton as well. Here's the thing, if OKC fans are out here saying, there's no way we'd give up 3 first-round picks for Colin Sexton or Ayton. Let me just say this, you are crazy, because you have 20 first-round picks right now, and teams know this, they know how many first-round picks you have. So you're going to have to trade him, probably, you know, you're going to have to trade a lot more than what a normal team probably would. Plus, Colin Sexton, I reckon he will average 24 points per game probably this season. And I think the Cavs are a play-in tournament chance. At the time of making this video, they are a playoff chance, but I think they'll be a play-in tournament team, hopefully. If you're OKC, you can't be expecting to not give up 3 first-round picks for the best player on a play-in tournament team that's like 23 years old. That's the reality of things. And you might even have to give up more, depending on how the Cavs feel about this. And yes, you do give it up if you're OKC, because they have 20 first-round picks. Like, if you're giving up 6 first-round picks for, like, Ayton and Sexton and still have your first-round pick this season, let's just say, who knows, they're terrible, and I don't even know who they would even draft. Probably a power forward. I'm pretty sure Damian Collins is, like, the best power forward from this draft class. I could be wrong, but yeah, I'd probably say, well, with your top pick, you're taking a power forward. You know, actually, the Paolo Banchero dude, he's kind of there, 6'10". He's apparently like Chris Webber, Carlos Boozer. Look, you could definitely say, all right, we'll get him, and then we'll get, you know, Ayton, and then we'll get in Sexton. Then you've got an insane core and foundation. Realistically, you'd give up 6 first-round picks, or 7, because you're drafting that dude. So, 7 first-round picks there. You bring in 3 quality players, and then you're looking at a rotation of, like, Josh Giddey, Colin Sexton at point, Josh Giddey at shooting guard, SGA at small forward, the Paolo Banchero dude at power forward, and then DeAndre Ayton at center. Then you're probably looking to sign a bunch of shooters in free agency to put on the bench, which there will be shooters in free agency. If not, maybe give up some first-round picks here and there to bring in some role players like, who even knows, Dougie McDermott, who signed a 3-year deal with the Spurs. Someone like that. But then yet again, you still have players that will come off your bench, like Trey Mann, etc. The team would be a lot better than maybe you fire your coach if he's not doing it for you and you bring in a better dude. Who even knows? But of course, I would very much like to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. Again, I don't think Colin Sexton is not going to be on the Cavs next season. Even if OKC offer him a max, they're going to have to give up multiple first-round picks and probably young players, etc. to get this deal done. I'm not exactly too sure. But yeah, I don't think Colin Sexton is going to be leaving the Cavs unless they were to overpay and give like 3 to 5 first-round. I don't even know. I don't even know if I want to suggest that. But hey, it's going to be really interesting. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you guys think Colin Sexton will get traded in a sign-and trade, or do you guys think that he won't? Do you guys like the OKC interested in him? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRL/vlogging channels. Links for them will all be in the description down below. You know, but as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.